you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Latavia Childs. If you're new and if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you. But I first want to start off with saying, with everything that's going on in our world, stay strong if you're black. Let's stick together, you guys. Like, it's so much going on. But I personally want to say, like, with the protesting and the rioting along, we are going to see change, you guys. I honestly believe this year 2020 will be a year that we will never forget. It's going to make history, as well as we're going to see change in years to come. Your girl have been praying. I have been trying to keep my heart pure at the same time, you guys. And I just want to say, just be encouraged in this time. And your black is beautiful if you're one of my black sisters or brothers out there. And also remember, silence do not always mean that you don't care. Some people deal with things differently, and I just commend those who choose to keep peace with their silence, but also still aware of what's going on in our society and choose to be in prayer rather than be out there and causing chaos and confusion. But other than that, I just want to do this tutorial for you guys. As you can see, it's a pretty bomb, simple look, and I definitely am very happy with this look. As you guys can see, I have even a new do. Yes, boo. I love me a bomb razor cut. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into this video, you guys. All right, beauties, jumping right into this tutorial. I'm taking my Crayon Case Watch Me Blush palette, and I'm taking that pretty burgundy shade. And when I say sis, this palette is so pigmented, it is fire, like no lie. But I'm going to take that burgundy shade and I'm going to place that high above my actual crease, you guys. And I'm going to do that because what that's going to do is create the illusion that you're going to have an almond eye shade, especially if you have hooded eyes. And so I'm just going to build that color up very nicely. And again, I'm going to do the other eye because I think it's good to do both eyes so that you can make sure everything is nice and symmetrical. Because sometimes when I have done one eye off camera and done the other one on camera, I notice sometimes my stuff be a little crooked, sis. And so I'm just exposing myself a little bit, but definitely try to do both eyes together at the same time so your placement is even. So I'm going to take that nice peachy shade to blend out that burgundy shade, and that's going to help everything look nice and feathered out and blown out neatly. And I don't know about y'all, but I love me a nice gradient, beautiful pigmented eyeshadow look. And so that's what I'm going to achieve with using that lighter shade. It's going to help everything transition seamlessly, and it's going to help get rid of any harsh lines that you may have when you apply your first shade down. So yeah, lightly blend everything out, and if you need to, reapply that first shade you apply down to help bring back any pigment you may have lost. And I also went in with like a more brownish shade, and I forgot to show you guys that on camera, sorry sis, but I went in with a like really light shade brown, and I blended that above the pretty orangey shade to kind of help blend out that a little bit. I wanted it to be a little more blown out so that there's no harsh lines, even with the orange shade that I applied down. And so definitely, you know, if you need to, like I was mentioning before, go back and reapply even that orange shade if it gets lost. So I saw B. Marie, one of my favorite MUAs, use this technique when she was cutting her crease. And when I say I'm a new fan and I'm super in love with this technique, because it, boy, when I say it really make your look more intensified, like sis, period. And so I went in with my P. Louise base, you guys, and I believe this was the shade 4 or 3, and I cut my crease with that. And when I say I'm like pretty impressed with P. Louise base, like I thought it was overhyped, you guys, but literally this base is like another level of excellence, of expertise. Like it takes your looks to the next level, no lie. So I went in back with this same palette, you guys, and I took like a pretty brown shade, and I forgot to show you guys a lot of different things on camera, but I went in with that pretty brown shade, and as well as that burgundy shade that I applied in the beginning. I went in with those two shades on the outer portion of my eye. And next, your girl went in with her NYX eyeliner, and this is one of my favorite eyeliners, by the way. But if you want to see a tutorial on how to do eyeliner on hooded eyelids, comment down below, because it is really hard sometimes to do eyeliner on hooded eyelids. And now I'm going to take a makeup wipe, you guys, and clean up any messiness that I may have made when I was doing my eyeliner. And yeah, definitely take your time doing that. And since I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. primer and the Milk and Magnesia, only because it's starting to become really hot out, and so I'm one that deal with, you know, oily skin. And since when I say this stuff right here is holy grail for me in the summertime, because it keeps my face from getting super oily and from me looking like a grease ball. And so that is one of the reasons why I incorporate this in one of my foundation routines in the summertime, because it like really locks the oil in, and literally I still be matte by the end of the day. And so yeah, I'm just taking the time out and letting it dry down, because sis, when I say you are going to love this method, you are. But I do recommend you do like a test to see and make sure you're not allergic to the product. And for the most part, I know a lot of people is not allergic to it, so I don't think it'll do any harm to you. If you heard of it doing harm, let me know. And so you guys, I'm going to go in with my NYX concealer, and I'm going to go ahead and outline the top part of my eyebrows, because I was just testing out this new technique, and so far I really like it, because a lot of times when you do your eyebrows first, it ends up getting messed up top. So I was just trying this technique out to see how this works for me, and so far I like using this technique now when I'm doing like my highlighting routine and my contour, and it has worked wonders for me in this foundation routine that I've been doing lately. And so yeah, just definitely take the time out, and you'll pretty much love this method. And so I'm just highlighting my forehead, my under eye, my nose, as well as my chin area. And what that's going to do is create the illusion that you have chiseled cheeks, boo. It's going to make your face look and appear more of like diamond shaped. I don't want to say diamond shape, but more of an oval shape, sorry, for the people who's really big on and shabby in this industry. But yeah, I'm just going to highlight those areas, and I'm going to blend it out with my crayon case beauty blender. And when I say, sis, I'm mad I'm late to the party with this beauty blender, it is so bomb. Like, sis, I love how they really took the time out to make this where you can also blend out the highlight on your nose without spreading it all over your face. But yeah, I really love this beauty blender. It's probably one of my first grabs now. But definitely make sure your sponge is nice and wet, not too wet, but just wet enough, and lightly make sure you blend on to the concealer so that you're not disturbing the foundation and other things you may have placed down on your face prior. And so I'm just going to blend on my nose, you guys, and like I mentioned before, it doesn't spread the product all over your face, which I am now a huge fan of crayon case. Like, I should have been a part of this movement, sis, but it took a long time, because I'm not the type of person that jump on everybody's bandwagon. But yes, I'm now a huge fan. And so now I'm going to go in with my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I'm going to set under my eyes. And sorry, I look crazy right now. But I'm going to set under my eyes, and how I set my face is I press the product into my skin. And so take your time and do so, that way you won't get like flashback and all of that. So set under your eyes, set your nose, set your forehead, sis, and a lot of times you won't deal with flashback. Now, even though I do press the product into my skin, I still go on top of that with a brush and dust off any excess powder that may be just laying on my face and not necessarily melting into my skin. And so I do that on all the areas I highlighted. Next, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Bronzor, and it's one of the bronzers I use in almost all my videos that's pertaining to makeup. And I'm going to warm up my face, my forehead, and all of those areas that I like to have nice and chiseled and contoured. And so, like I mentioned before, every now and then I do contour with a concealer, but lately I've been loving just a nice bronzer for my contour. And lastly, you guys, I'm going to go in with my ABH Glow palette, and this is one of my favorite palettes, my go-to palette. And even though I own other glow palettes, this one I just really love how it looks on my skin. And so I'm going to take the time out and highlight my cheeks, nose, and those areas that we love to glisten on. And yeah, that's going to be the end of today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to give your girl a likely like, and like always, I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.
I'll be dreaming, 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 I'll be dreaming.